While I was 7 months pregnant, my husband was secretly sleeping with my smirking stepsister. They thought I'd never find out, but I gave birth, gathered the whole family in the hospital room, and revealed a truth so brutal none of them will ever recover from what came next. I'm Emma, 32 years old, and I'm 7 months pregnant with my first kid. Life in Seattle's been a whirlwind. Between my job as a data analyst and this baby kicking like she's ready to run a marathon, I'm barely keeping up. My husband Liam is a real estate agent, always out showing houses or schmoozing clients. He's charming like that, the kind of guy who can sell ice to a penguin. But lately, he's been off, distracted, coming home late, mumbling about work stress. I want to believe him, I do, but something's gnawing at me, like a splinter I can't quite find. Then there's Chloe. She's 25, my stepmother's daughter from her first marriage, and she's a barista at some hipster coffee shop downtown. Chloe's got this vibe smirky, like she knows something you don't. She's been around a lot lately, too much for my liking, showing up at our house unannounced, lounging on my couch like she owns it, sipping my iced tea. I grit my teeth and smile. I'm trying to be nice, really, I am. But it's hard when she's always there, batting her lashes at Liam, laughing too loud at his dumb jokes. My stepmother Diane doesn't help. She's been in my life since I was 10, after Mom passed. Diane's not evil or anything, but she's got a soft spot for Chloe that's the size of Puget Sound. Emma, she's family, Diane says whenever I hint that Chloe's overstaying her welcome. You've got to look out for her. She's had a rough go. Rough go? Chloe's got a job, an apartment, and a knack for getting what she wants. Meanwhile, I'm waddling around, feeling like a beached whale, and nobody's asking how I'm holding up. Last week was the worst. I was folding laundry, onesies, tiny socks, the works, when Chloe showed up. Again, she had this scarf around her neck, red with little white stars. My heart stopped. I gave Liam that scarf for our second anniversary. I'd picked it out at a craft fair. Spent way too much on it because it matched his eyes. Nice scarf, I said, my voice tighter than I meant. Ooh, this? Found it lying around. Found it? In my house? I looked at Liam, waiting for him to say something, anything. He didn't even glance up from his phone, just muttered, "Yeah, Chloe borrows stuff sometimes." Borrow stuff? Like it's no big deal that she's wearing my gift to him. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I just went back to folding, my hands shaking. Later, when I told Diane about it, she sighed like I was the problem. Emma, don't make a fuss. She's young, she doesn't think. You're about to be a mom. You've got bigger things to worry about. Or bigger things? Like what? Keeping my marriage together? Pretending everything's fine when it's not? I tried talking to Liam that night after Chloe finally left. I don't like how much she's around, I said, keeping my voice low so I wouldn't sound like the crazy pregnant lady. He rolled his eyes. Actually rolled them. You're making drama out of nothing, he snapped. It's just Chloe. She's practically your sister. Practically my sister. That stung. Chloe's not my sister. She's the girl who used to forget to invite me to her birthday parties, who'd cry to Diane if I got one extra cookie. And now she's in my house, wearing my husband's scarf, and I'm the one who's supposed to chill? I went to bed early, whispering to my baby, "It's you and me, kid. We'll figure this out." My dad's no better. I called him yesterday hoping for, backup. He's always been Team Diane, but I thought he'd at least hear me out. "Emma, you're hormonal," he said, like that explains everything. "Pregnancy messes with your head. Don't go stirring up trouble. You've got a good man, a good life. Focus on that. A good man, a good life." I hung up, feeling smaller than ever. I keep replaying it all in my head. The scarf, Liam's excuses, Chloe's smirk, Diane's lectures. Am I overreacting? Maybe. Pregnancy does make you emotional. I cry at dog food commercials these days, but this feels different. It's not just hormones. It's like I'm standing in a room full of people shouting at me to sit down, shut up, and smile. And I'm trying. God, I'm trying. For Liam, for my baby, for this family I've fought so hard to fit into. But last night I couldn't sleep. Liam was out late, another client dinner. he said. I sat on the couch staring at that stupid scarf Chloe left behind. I picked it up, ran my fingers over the stitching. It still smelled like her perfume, all floral and sharp. Why was it here? Why didn't Liam care? I tucked it into a drawer out of sight, but it's still there in my mind, like a warning. I'm too scared to read. I'm not sure what's coming. Maybe I'm wrong about all of it. Maybe Liam's just stressed, Chloe's just clueless, and Diane's just Diane. But I can't shake this feeling, heavy as the baby in my belly. Something's wrong. I don't know what yet, but I'm starting to think I need to find out. For me. For my daughter. Because if I don't, who will? I couldn't sleep. The baby was kicking, or maybe it was my heart pounding. Liam wasn't home. Another late night. Another excuse. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, that scarf haunting me. It was stupid, right? Just a piece of fabric. But it felt like a crack in everything I'd built. I needed answers. Not tomorrow, not after the baby, now. His phone was on the nightstand. He'd left it there, unlocked, which was weird. Liam's always glued to that thing, password protected like Fort Knox. My fingers hovered over it. Don't do it, Emma. You're not that person. But I was. I grabbed it, my hands shaking, and opened his messages. The first thread was Chloe. My stomach dropped. I scrolled, each word slicing deeper. Miss you already, she wrote. Last night was fun. Fun. Last night he'd said he was at a work thing. I kept going, bile rising. Jokes about my weight. Emma's waddling like a penguin now. Lol. Pet names. Plans to meet up. I stopped at one from a week ago. Can't wait to feel you again. I dropped the phone like it burned. I stood there frozen. My husband, her. How long? How many lies? I looked at myself in the bedroom mirror, my belly huge, my eyes red. You idiot, I whispered. How'd you miss this? But I hadn't. Not really. The scarf, the late nights, her smirks. It was all there. I'd just wanted to believe it wasn't. I picked up the phone again. I had to know everything. I screenshotted it all, every disgusting word, my fingers moving like they weren't mine. Then I saw a text from Diane. Not to me, to Liam. Keep Emma calm till the baby's born, it said. Chloe's counting on you. Counting on him? For what? I scrolled back, piecing it together. Diane wasn't just ignoring this. She was in on it. My stepmom, the woman who raised me, was rooting for Chloe to... I don't know how long I sat there, the phone heavy in my lap. The house was too quiet, just the hum of the fridge and my own ragged breathing. I wanted to call him, scream, demand answers. But what would he say? You're overreacting? It's not what it looks like? I'd heard it before. Instead, I opened his email. Call it instinct. There they were. Hotel receipts. 3 of them, all from the past 2 months. Boutique places downtown, the kind we'd never afford together. Dates matched up with his client dinners. I laughed, sharp and bitter. Client dinners. Then I found something worse. An email from Chloe, forwarded to him, a doctor's appointment confirmation, prenatal care. My breath caught. She was pregnant too. I stared at the screen, the words blurring. My baby wasn't even here yet, and he'd already started another family. With her. I pressed my hands to my belly, feeling my daughter move, but I didn't know if I believed it. I dug deeper, like picking at a wound. Social media, browser history, anything. His laptop was open in the living room, no password. Sloppy Liam. I found a hidden folder, labeled work. Inside, photos. Him and Chloe, laughing at some bar. Her hand on his arm, his lips on her cheek. I slammed the laptop shut, my chest tight. I wanted to throw it, smash everything, but I didn't. I just sat there, tears falling, silent so I wouldn't wake the neighbors. Why her? Why now? I kept asking myself, but no answer came. I thought of Diane's voice, always so quick to defend Chloe. She's had a rough day. Had she? Or was this her plan all along, with Diane cheering from the sidelines? I felt stupid, betrayed, like the punchline to a joke I didn't get. My whole life I'd tried to fit into this family smile. Be good, don't rock the boat. And for what? To be laughed at behind my back. I wiped my face, my hands clammy. I couldn't stay here, in this house, with his stuff, his lies. But where would I go? My dad? He'd just parrot Diane's lines. Friends? They'd pity me. And I couldn't stomach that. I was alone. Me and my baby against all of them. The thought made me sick, but it also lit something inside me. Anger, maybe. Or strength. I saved everything, screenshots, receipts, photos, on a USB drive and hid it in my purse. Evidence. I didn't know what for, not yet, but I'd need it. I looked around the house, at the life we'd built. The crib in the corner, half assembled. The ultrasound picture on the fridge. It felt like someone else's now. Liam's key turned in the lock around midnight. I was back in bed, phone hidden, pretending to sleep. He slipped in, quiet, like he thought he'd gotten away with it. I lay there, eyes closed, my heart racing. I wanted to confront him, to scream until my throat gave out. But I didn't. Not yet. I needed a plan, something better than tears and shouting, for my daughter, for me. Because if they thought I'd just take this, they were dead wrong. My daughter was born on a rainy Tuesday, tiny and perfect, with a wail that cracked my heart open. I named her Lily. Holding her in that hospital bed, I felt like I could do anything, until I remembered what I had to do next. The USB drive was in my bag, heavy with truth. I'd been planning this for weeks, every night since I found those texts, those receipts. No more waiting, no more pretending. They'd all come to see the baby, thinking it was a celebration. They were wrong. I texted them to come at noon. Liam, Chloe, Diane, my dad. I wanted to shove him away, but Chloe slunk in next, her eyes darting like she knew something was coming. Diane followed, clutching a teddy bear, babbling about how proud she was. My dad just nodded, awkward like always. I let them chatter, let them think this was normal. Then I stood, my legs shaky but my voice steady. I know everything, I said. The room went quiet. Liam's smile froze. What are you talking about? I picked up the stack of papers. You slept with her, I said, pointing at Chloe, while I was pregnant. I tossed the first screenshot onto the bed, his texts, her flirty replies. Chloe gasped, faked, like she'd practiced it. That's not, she started, but I cut her off. Don't, I have more. I threw down the hotel receipts, the photos from his laptop. Liam's face went white. Diane's purse hit the floor with a thud. My dad just stared, mouth half open. You knew, I said to Diane, my voice breaking. You told him to keep me calm. For her. I held up her text, the one I'd read 100 times. She shook her head, stammering. Emma, you're misunderstanding. I laughed, sharp and loud. I'm not stupid, I snapped. You picked her over me, over my daughter. Chloe started crying, big, messy sobs. It wasn't like that, she wailed. I ignored her. This wasn't her stage. Liam tried next, stepping toward me. Babe, let's talk, okay? It's not what you think. Not what I think. I stepped back, clutching the bedrail. You got her pregnant, I said, low, like a blade. His eyes widened. He hadn't known I knew. Yeah, I said. I saw the email. You're a real stand-up guy, Liam. He opened his mouth, closed it. Diane found her voice then, shrill. Emma, you're tearing this family apart. Think about the baby. The baby. I looked at Lily, sleeping through it all. I am thinking about her, I said. That's why you're leaving. My dad finally spoke, his voice soft, pleading. Come on, you can work this out. For Lily's sake, work it out? I stared at him, the man who'd taught me to ride a bike, to stand up for myself. You're picking them too, I said. It wasn't a question. I pointed at the door. Get out, all of you! Chloe sobbed louder, grabbing at Liam's arm. He shook her off, looking at me like I'd slapped him. Emma, please, he started. Out, I shouted, loud enough that a nurse poked her head in. They shuffled toward the door, Diane muttering, You'll regret this. I didn't answer. I just watched them go, the papers scattered on the bed like confetti from a war. The door clicked shut, and I collapsed into the chair, my hands shaking. Lily stirred, whimpering. I picked her up, held her close, her warmth anchoring me. We're okay, I whispered, though I wasn't sure. The tears came then, hot and fast. I'd done it, faced them, exposed them. But it didn't feel like winning. It felt like losing everything. My husband, my stepmom, my dad. My phone buzzed, texts flooding in. Diane, you're being selfish. My dad, call me when you calm down. Even Liam, pathetic. I'm sorry, let's fix this. I didn't reply. I blocked them, one by one, my fingers numb. The nurse came back, asked if I was okay. I nodded, lied. She didn't push, just adjusted Lily's blanket and left. I envied her, too, her simple day, no betrayal to carry. I looked at my daughter, her tiny fingers curled around mine. They don't get to hurt you, I said, my voice fierce. Not ever. But the anger was fading, replaced by something heavier. Grief, maybe, for the life I'd thought I had, for the people I'd trusted. I kept seeing their faces. Liam's panic, Chloe's tears, Diane's scowl. Had they ever cared? Or was I just convenient? I didn't sleep that night. Lily fussed and I rocked her, my mind racing. I'd shown them the truth, but what now? They'd fight back. I knew it. Diane would spin it, Liam would beg, Chloe would play victim, and my dad, God, that hurt most. I wanted him to call, to say, I'm with you. He didn't. I was alone, except for Lily, but holding her I felt something new. Not just pain, not even close. It wasn't going to let them walk away clean. Not after what they did. Lily was barely a week old and I was already planning. Not with tears or screams. Those were gone. This was colder, sharper. I wanted justice. The kind that stings long after I'm gone. I called Sophia, a friend from college who'd become a lawyer. The kind who could make grown men sweat in court. I'm done playing nice. She came over that night, her briefcase stuffed with notebooks. I handed her the USB drive, every text, receipt, photo I'd saved. She skimmed it, her eyebrows climbing. This is a gold mine, she said, grinning. We're not just winning, we're burying them, burying them. I liked that. We mapped it out. Divorce, full custody, and every dime of what Liam and I owned. House, savings, everything. He won't see it coming, Sophia said. I nodded, cradling Lily. He wouldn't. I started digging deeper. Liam wasn't just a cheater, he was sloppy. His real estate deals? Not all above board. I found emails, shady ones, promising clients extras that sounded like bribes. I passed them to Sophia, who whistled. This is leverage, she said. He'll fold like a cheap suit. Fold. Good. I wanted him to feel what I felt. Sophia filed the papers fast. Divorce, custody, asset division. I didn't ask for alimony. I didn't want his money forever, just what was mine now. The house was half in my name, the savings too. Sophia pushed for it all, citing emotional distress and his infidelity. She even named Chloe in the filing record, no hiding. Let her squirm, Sophia said. I didn't argue. This was for her. Liam tried calling, texts, voicemails, all, I'm sorry, let's talk. I didn't answer. Diane left messages too, whining about family and how I was overreacting. I blocked her again. My dad sent one text. Think about what you're doing. I stared at it, my thumb hovering, then deleted it. They weren't my family anymore. Lily was. Sophia was. That was enough. For it was a blur, but I'll never forget Liam's face. He showed up in a cheap suit, his charm gone. Chloe wasn't there. Smart, for once. Sophia laid it all out, the affair, the texts, the receipts. She slid the shady emails across to the judge, calm as anything. Liam's lawyer stammered, unprepared. He's been unfaithful, Sophia said, her voice like steel. He's endangered my client's stability and her child. I sat there, staring straight at him. He wouldn't meet my eyes. Then it came up, Chloe's pregnancy. Sophia had found proof. A medical bill Liam had stupidly paid with our joint account. The judge's eyebrows twitched. Liam's lawyer tried to spin it, saying it was unrelated. Sophia pounced. Unrelated? He's starting another family while neglecting this one? I bit my lip to keep from smiling. Liam looked like he'd been punched. The judge didn't take long. Full custody to me, no contest, since Liam's lifestyle was unstable. The house, the savings, even his fancy car, all mine. Sophia had argued it was equitable, given his betrayal. Liam got nothing but his debts. I sold the house the next week, banked the cash, and moved to a condo downtown. New locks, new start. Nobody got my address. Not Liam, not Diane, not even my dad. Word spread fast. Neighbors texted me, shocked. Did you really kick him out? I didn't reply, but I heard the whispers. Chloe's coffee shop got quiet. Nobody likes a homewrecker. Her Instagram went private, then silent. Diane tried one last call, her voice all fake tears. You've ruined everything, she said. I hung up mid-sentence. Ruined? No. I'd rebuilt. Sophia took me out for coffee after, her treat. You nailed it, she said, clinking her mug against mine. I shrugged, stirring my latte. Did I? I asked. It felt good. God, it did. But there was a hollowness, too. I'd won, but at what cost? My marriage, my family, gone. Still, I looked at Lily, dozing in her stroller, and knew I'd done right. She'd never grow up in a house of lies. Liam crashed hard. I heard he'd moved in with Diane, scraping by on odd jobs, no more flashy suits, no more client dinners. I didn't gloat, not out loud. But I felt it, that spark of justice. Chloe was struggling too, alone with her kid on the way. I didn't pity her. She'd chosen this, same as him. They'd gambled and lost. I kept my circle small after that. Sophia checked in, brought wine sometimes. A neighbor offered to babysit, her smile kind. I said yes, testing trust again, but at night, alone with Lily, I'd wonder, was this enough? The money, the condo, it was mine. But it wasn't peace. Not yet. I'd fought like hell, and I'd do it again, but there was still something missing. I looked at my daughter, her tiny hand in mine, and thought, maybe it's coming. Maybe I'd find it soon. Life looks different now. I'm settled in a new place, far enough away that the past feels like a bad dream. My daughter's growing fast, all giggles and messy pigtails, chasing butterflies in the park like it's her job. Watching her, I feel something I hadn't in years. Peace, or close to it. The fight's over, the papers are signed, the money's mine, and the lies are buried. But winning didn't erase the scars, not completely. I got a promotion at work, a step up that keeps me busy but fulfilled, my desk's cluttered with spreadsheets and her crayon drawings a mix of my worlds. I don't talk about what happened, not anymore. Colleagues ask sometimes, sensing gaps in my stories. I just smile, change the subject. They don't need to know. Nobody does. Except her. One day, I'll tell her pieces of it. Not the ugly parts, but the strength, how we made it through. I heard things, though, through the grapevine. He's not doing great, crashing at his mom's place, scraping by, no fancy deals, no charm to lean on. Her? She's got a kid now, managing alone, posting less online like the world's lost its shine. I don't check anymore. I stopped needing to. Their lives unraveled not because I cursed them, but because they built on sand. Choices catch up. They did. My dad reached out once, a short email. I miss you, it said. I stared at it for hours, my coffee going cold. I didn't reply. Maybe I will someday, but not now. The hurt's still there, a bruise that fades but doesn't vanish. I wonder if he sees it, how he chose sides, how it broke something. I hope he does. I hope it stings. I'm not lonely, though it'd be easy to be. I've got friends, not many, but real ones. A coworker who brings me leftovers, laughing about her failed baking experiments. A neighbor who watches my girl when I'm stuck late, no questions asked. Small things, but they add up. They're my people now, not by blood, but by choice. That's better, I think. There's a guy at work who's been around. He's kind, funny, leaves sticky notes on my monitor with dumb jokes. Last week he asked me out, casual, no pressure. I said no, but I smiled and he got it. Maybe next time, he said, winking. Maybe. I'm not ready. Not yet. Trust is hard after what happened, but feeling flattered, that's new. I found an old photo the other day, stuffed in a box from the move. Me and him grinning at some fair, cotton candy in hand. I didn't cry, I just looked at it. Really looked. We were happy then, or I thought we were. I tossed it in the trash, no ceremony. It's not who I am anymore. I'm not that woman, waiting for him to notice me, hoping for scraps of loyalty. I'm this. My girl's the heart of it. She's obsessed with dinosaurs, roaring at breakfast, her tiny arms flailing. I laugh until my sides hurt, and it's like the world rights itself. She doesn't know what I went through, not yet, maybe not ever. But she knows she's loved. I tell her every day, in hugs, in bedtime stories, in the way I fight for her. That's enough. That's everything. Think about justice sometimes, what it really means. I got the house, the money, the freedom. I won, fair and square. But it wasn't about the stuff, not really. It was about taking back what they stole, my voice, my worth. They thought I'd break, that I'd beg or bend. I didn't. I stood up, looked them in the eyes, and said no. That's my victory, not the bank account, not the condo. Still, there's a quiet ache. Not for him. I'm done there. For what could have been. A family that stood by me, a dad who fought for me, a life without betrayal. I let myself feel it sometimes, late at night when she's asleep. It's okay to grieve, I think. It doesn't mean I'm weak. It means I'm human. And I'm healing, slow but sure. I took her to the beach last weekend, just us. She ran at the waves, shrieking when they chased her back. I sat on the sand, watching, my heart full. "Mommy, look," she yelled, holding up a shell like it was treasure. I clapped, called her my pirate. That moment, it's what I fought for. Not revenge, not really. This. Her joy, my joy. A life we made, just the two of us. So yeah, I lost a lot. A husband, a stepmom, a dad who should have been better. But I gained more. I found myself, the woman who doesn't flinch anymore. I learned what I'm capable of, what I deserve. Pain carved that into me, and I'm grateful. In a weird way. It made me this someone who can laugh at dinosaur roars, who can say no to a date, but maybe yes later, who can look at her daughter and know we're enough. That's my story, I guess. Messy, hard, but mine. I don't know what's next. More sticky notes, maybe, or just me and her, building something new. But I'm not scared anymore. I've been through worse. I came out stronger, and that's enough for now.